So it seemed like your USC recruitment came together really last minute. When did you start hearing from them, and how did it come together from your perspective?
Yeah, so I reckon before I came out here, it was like 4 weeks before I think it came out, and the process happened so quickly. Before I knew it, I had to fly to London, get a visa, and then I was here. It was a flash of light, yeah.
When they first reached out, what was the moment? Where were you? What was your reaction?
I was actually at home because so the way I say it's like 6 hours behind where I'm from. So I think it was like in the morning, I got a text from my coach being like, "Hey, look, Coach Doherty is going to give you a text. Just be awake." And I was like, "No worries." So I got the text and I was like, "Mom, guess what?" Yeah.
Was it a weird deal because they were kind of waiting to see if Atticus was going to make it in?
Yeah.
Were you kind of following his process and everything?
Well, yeah, I was following a fair bit just because obviously we're from the same academy. So I was following along with Atticus pretty closely because obviously his injuries and stuff. So once it didn't come through, I was the second guy in line. So yeah.
How soon after they told you the spot was yours were you on your way here?
I think it was like at least within a week. I think it was like a week before I had to book my flights to London to get my visa because there was nothing sorted in Australia, so I couldn't get my visa in Australia. I had to fly to London, wait a week there, and then come over here. So I think it was a week before.
What was that jet lag like?
Say again?
What was that jet lag like?
Pretty rough, but no, it was alright. I think I got. I think it was the day before I got here. Had a day and I was good to go. Yeah.
How long were you in London?
A week.
Okay.
Was that expected or was that a surprise?
It was a bit of a surprise. So when it first came up, I obviously was looking around like Sydney and Melbourne and anywhere I could get my visa sorted. Everything was booked up until like October. So I had to look for the closest place, and unfortunately that was London. So,
what did you do for a week in London?
Sat in my room and waited for my visa to come back.
So every day were you checking in, or you knew it was going to be a week once you got there?
So once I got there, so the visa takes about like 5 days, 5 business days to get back. So I got there on the Sunday night, went to my appointment on Monday, waited a week, and then came back on Friday, and I left on Saturday. So
you're just like binging Netflix and
pretty much, yeah. I was trying to sleep as much as I could because I knew I was going to be rocked when I got here. So yeah.
Did you know Ben Griffiths at all?
I did. I do. I know him a lot more now. I knew him before I left. My brother knew him a fair bit. But yeah, once I got here, he hit him up and I was like, "Hey, let's go for a kick." And we hit it up pretty quickly.
It's a tight-knit community among.
Yeah, it really is. It really is, and it's like something to be appreciated by anyone from over here from Australia, like especially following up from another Australian. It's nice to have that bit of home, you know. So.
What's the transition to Los Angeles been like for you?
It's been nice, like definitely coming up because I came from the winter, so I came into the sunshine every single day instead of the rain. So it's been really nice. All the coaches, the boys, everyone's stuff. It's been really, really good. I can't ask for much more, to be honest.
What kind of explains the surge of Australian punters across football?
What explains it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess growing up, we kicked the ball just like you guys can throw the ball. We kicked the ball from a young age, and I feel like being able to pinpoint actually like the drop punt, and that along with the spiral, I feel like is pretty appealing to coaches over here, and along with Australians being pretty successful over here. I think that's what's popping through now. I don't know.
The first time we talked to Lincoln about you, he mentioned that you also had something fall through. Kind of that was why you were still available.
Yeah. So it was early on. It was like when COVID stuff happened, so just didn't happen here, and then lucky enough to just come up pretty quickly. Yeah.
Where was it at?
So it was so right before the COVID thing started, I was supposed to go to James Madison, and then during it was Virginia. Yeah.
So you just delayed college a couple of years?
Yeah. So delayed college by a year. Yeah.
How would you assess your first half of the season?
Say again?
How would you assess your first half of the season?
Getting out there, it's obviously pretty tough when you got an offense like we do, and I think the first game, body was just fully jitters. So trying to get those first 2 punts out there, I think, from then on I started to be a bit more comfortable, get the feel of the actual rush, because I've never played sport before, getting on that field, and obviously coach telling me that the rush is coming pretty much every single time. I'm like, okay, I got to get this off, and you got to be a good punt. But I'm settled in now. Like games are getting more punts. Like on the weekend, I had 5 punts, and I was feeling pretty comfortable out there. So I think since this first half, I'm starting to come from strength to strength. So yeah.
Did you punted in games before, or just kind of at the academy?
Just the academy. So yeah, they teach us how to punt. They have like ourselves rushing ourselves. So that's the experience we get, but nothing like over here, So
And then you get here, and then you didn't punt really much for the first couple games.
Yeah, exactly. Like we got a quarterback as good as Caleb. We don't really need to punt as much as and some other teams. But I think that's a job of a punter. Not many people like seeing you go in, but when you need to go in, you need to execute. So yeah.
What's been Ben's advice to you? Have you gotten any?
I've actually advised, especially after that first game. He just said you got to flush it out, you got to flush it away, you got to enjoy every moment because it goes really quickly. You got to punt with a smile on your face and just appreciate where you're at because it comes and goes so fast. You just got to do what you know what you can do. Just be confident in yourself. So yeah.
Good.
Yeah.